Okay. Well, now we're getting some people in. Hey everybody, how are you today? Well, it's that time again. Time for a little treadmill talk. Hello, Carrie. Gordon saying hello. Hi from Shawnee, Oklahoma, good part of the country. Tim Mahoney, my old buddy, is watching. How are you doing, Tim? We got a bunch of people coming in here now. Well, it's that time again, time for another treadmill talk. I had to get on the treadmill. And today is a little bit of a sad day for us here at the old Engvall house because my daughter and my granddaughter and my son-in-law went back to their home today, and boy, it was sad, but it was sure a nice week and a half we had with them. It was sad watching them go. But we'll see them soon. It's, hey, Jeff Rothpan, how you doing, Jeff? Haven't seen you in years. Yeah, somebody just said my wife and I are ready for this to be over. I think we all are. I think we might be in for a little bit of a haul here, though, because it don't look like it's going anywhere for a while. I think it kind of it's like it's trying to set up shop here or something. But so far, everything here at the Engvall house is good. Everybody seems to be doing all right. And so we're going to keep on keeping on, doing what we do. Hopping on this treadmill and talking to some good people. Hey, Bill, would love to see you, Larry, Jeff, and Ron have another. Well, I never say never. Never say never, but nothing's been brought up to me as of yet. Hope you guys are doing good. It's just, boy, I tell you what, I can't hardly even turn on the TV anymore. It's just so depressing. And I don't want to be that way. Now, I know I got to be a realist and deal with it as it comes my way, but boy, I tell you what, I'm like y'all. It's about to wear me down. Hey, listen, I want to tell you about our thing Sunday because I don't want there to be any confusion about this. Sunday morning at 9:30, we're doing the Bill Engvall 10-minute inspirational. It's not a comedy routine. I don't want y'all to think it's going to be doing jokes and all that. I decided to do something like this just to, I don't know, felt like I needed to, felt like I was supposed to do this. But I don't want anybody to get confused and show up at 9:30 in the morning and think I'm going to be doing a comedy routine, because it's not a comedy routine. It's meant to put a smile on your face, but it's by far a comedy routine. And we'll see how it goes. The problem is, somebody said, how much weight have you lost? The problem is I haven't lost a lot of weight because I like to snack. I would call this a maintaining program. Now the Florida's, I should treadmill with you. Yeah, come on. Hop on your treadmills and come on and do it. You'll feel better about yourself. I know it's hard to get started, but buddy, I was sitting in there just a minute ago, sitting in the house. Oops, sorry, my phone's falling over. Sitting in the house, just sitting there, and I was like, I need to go get back on this treadmill. Hope everybody that's got in the tornado path there is all right. Those things are nasty too. Boy, I tell you what, it just seems like we all. Oh, sorry, it's not me drunk. It's just my phone falling over. I don't know why it's doing that, but maybe I'm stomping too hard. Maybe I'm doing a treadmill stomp instead of a treadmill walk. Lord, put it on your heart to do Sunday morning inspiration, and I'll see you there. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's what it's for. You know what? And I understand. If it's not your bag of tea, and then no feelings will be hurt whatsoever. But I just want to make sure everybody kind of knew that, what it's going to be. And it's not going to be a comedy routine. I've had several people ask me online about if I want to do a online comedy thing, and I don't know. I'll look at it and see. I know we could all use a laugh, and probably the biggest laugh's coming because my dang phone will stay topped here. The love the idea of the treadmill talk. Yeah, this kind of came out of nowhere. It just, I guess it's all good for all of us. I get to talk to y'all. I get a little exercise in my day, and boy, I tell you what though, there are some funny things going. As non-funny as this virus is, there are some funny stuff going around on the internet. Some of it I don't care for, but some of it's pretty dang funny. But I tell you what, Gail and I went to the grocery store after the kids took off. Could someone please explain to me why people feel the need to hoard toilet paper? I get the other stuff. I get bread and eggs and stuff like that. But what is it about toilet paper? I mean, it's like become gold. I just don't understand it. I'm trying to understand it, but I don't know. I just I get disinfectant wipes. I get that. I get masks. I get that. But I dang sure don't get toilet paper. I don't know. Maybe someone can explain to me one of these days. I don't know. Somewhere somebody has got a pile of toilet paper. I was at the grocery store this morning. Usually they got plenty. Wiped out. I just don't understand it. But you help with the kindness movement. We love you a lot. Thank you. That's our other thing. Bill Engvall's kindness movement, man. We're going to start that up. Get that going. Get difficult time for comedy, but it's there and it certainly helps. You know what? It sure does. I've enjoyed reading some of y'all's posts, and some of y'all pretty funny too. I'm hoping y'all don't decide to go out on the road because I'll be out of a job. It's interesting. And by the way, just in case you're wondering, the kids did get home safe. Everybody's good. Autumn's got to have her 4-month-old shots tonight. I don't miss that. I don't envy my daughter or my son-in-law for having to go to that. I used to hate taking my kids to get shots because they look at you like, what have I done to you? This woman's here sticking me with a needle. I thought we was all good. So they got to go through that tonight, and I don't miss that. Let's see. I'm trying to read some of these without doing what my son says I do, look like an old man, because they don't know where the virus really comes from. I guess so. Maybe that's it. There's people who really do need toilet paper. You know, why are we? I don't know. Need to tolerate, Bill, that you're not doing comedy. You do. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. What else been? Haven't talked to you in a few days. Everything's good, really. I mean, other than what you watch on the news, my Lord. I wish it would be fun. I wish we could all get together. That'd be fun. Just kind of hear everybody's story, because unfortunately with this, that was when you talked about toilet paper hoarders being all wiped out. See there? Didn't even know I was making a joke. When my oldest daughter got her first shot, my mom couldn't hold her. I know it's horrible, isn't it? When you got to take your kids in to get shots, they just look at you like you're just a scum. I'll tell you another time was hard. When Emily was a little baby, we were on the road, and she got an earache, and we had to take her in the hospital, emergency room. And man, that guy was digging around her ear, and that baby was screaming. It was all I could do not to punch that doctor, but I knew he was doing what he had to do. As much as I love your comedy, these treadmill talks are well good. I'm glad y'all like this. I enjoy it too. There's all sorts of things we could talk about. We talked a little bit about going down memory lane last time. That was kind of fun. After that, I went in and watched some Gunsmoke and Andy Griffith reruns. And, it's one of those things you do that you got to do something to get your mind off this. Because if you just think about this and think about this and think about this, it'll drive you crazy. And that's what I'm trying not to do. I'm trying to be realistic, but I'm not trying to, I can't get sucked up into it. I'm going to take care of myself and take care of people I know try to help those I don't know in some way or fashion or form. But other than that, that's about all you can do. Hey, Darren, how you doing? Hey, appreciate my buddy Darren Lasky there. He gave our Sunday morning thing a shout out. I hope it goes good. I've been writing on it, and I think it's going to be good. It's kind of an overall general way of looking at what's going on right now and where are we headed as people, and how do we get through this. And I'm happy to report that my friend Ray Benson I guess either he has it or he's had it for about 9 days, but he's getting better, so that's good. Ray Benson from Asleep at the Wheel, some of y'all know them, great band, awesome band. If you want to listen to good old country music, listen to Asleep at the Wheel with Ray White. Asleep at the Wheel, Ray Benson and his boys, whoo, they do a good job. They did a Bob Wills record, and I tell you what, you couldn't hardly tell the difference. It was so good. Hey Lori, good, I'm glad you'll be there Sunday. Hey buddy, you're looking great. And love to you and Gail. Thanks Darren, I appreciate it, buddy. We are doing good. We're doing real good. We're just blessed individuals. Gail and I were talking about that this morning as we were driving after the kids taking off. And poor Gail, boy, she got a little teary-eyed. She loves that baby, I'll tell you that. It's one of those things that's always good when you got a baby in the house. And we've every night we have a little dance party. Like I showed that video was on Facebook. We just dance around. I don't know if Autumn knew what was going on, but she sure was smiling. So I guess she likes music and she likes dancing, just like her grandpa. Love me some music and dancing. Hey, you're welcome, Jennifer. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. Yeah, I haven't heard any news about any rescheduling of dates yet. I think everybody just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. I'd sure like if this virus to make up its mind, either go away or well, I just want it to go away. There's no other option. I just want it to go away. Thank you. Somebody said they met me in Wichita. I appreciate that. Hope I was good and kind to you. How far does Autumn live from you? She lives in Denver. So when we're up in Utah, we're only about 6-7 hours away. But down here in Arizona, we're a little bit further. Can your wife say hello to us? Pop her head. She's in the office right now doing some business work. She loves doing that stuff. Thank God for her. Golly. Tell you what, if it wasn't for her, I'd own a broke down Corvette and an empty bag of weed. That'd be about it. She sure does take care of this old boy, I'll tell you that. I don't know what I did right in my life, but buddy, I won the wedding lotto there. Whew. I see my friends going on online dating and stuff. Woo, I could not do that anymore. I don't even know what the rules of dating would be anymore. I'd probably just become a hermit. I'll be sitting on the back porch of that ranch as a lonely old man just because I can't deal with all the garbage going on now. Dating and consent forms and is it okay if I hold your hand? Can I kiss you? Whew. I never would have made it through that. Thank God I got through those years where there was nothing really bad going on. That's it. Yeah, that's the way. I want it to go away and I don't want to take any more people. We don't need no more people dying. Too many people are sad and broken hearted and stuff, and it's hard. I mean, just what I went through with my friend Joe. I mean, I can't even imagine a family member. Good Lord bless those people that have to go through that. But every night I say my prayers and I put all y'all in there, asking you, good Lord, to watch over y'all and keep you safe and happy. Yeah, you're right, Brian. That is the only time my wife got peace around me is when she's in that office doing her business stuff. When I need a good laugh, I listen to when I flew with the Thunderbirds. Boy, that was one of those things in life I never saw coming. Got to fly with the United States Air Force Thunderbirds. That was a trip. And I'll be honest, I'm proud. I didn't puke, I didn't pass out. Buddy, I'm gonna tell you something. I was dang close. Them places don't mess around. Could I do something to make you laugh right here, right now? Well, I'll tell you a story that about being a grandpa. Now, my model of being a grandpa was my grandpa. We used to go, we did stuff all the time together. And he used to always take me fishing. And every time he'd take me fishing, he brought this big coffee can with him, empty coffee can. And then every once in a while, he'd get up and go pee in that coffee can. I'm thinking, why didn't you just pee behind that bush right there? But he'd pee in that coffee can. Then he'd take that coffee can and pour it in the pond where we fishing. Then he'd catch a fish right where he poured the pee out. And he'd go, boy, that's going to be some good eating. That's it. Not for me, it's not. You just got that fish out of pea water. I ain't eating no fish out of pea water. He was a good man. He got along with everybody. I mean, it's funny back then. I remember going to the barbershop with him when he'd go to get his haircut. And in the barbershop at that time, there was 2 magazines, Boy's Life and Playboy. And I wasn't allowed to read Playboy, so I'd read Boy's Life. And he and his old cronies would just sit there and talk. And my granddad was one of those guys who could get away with anything. He called people names. Not being mean, just, hey, Joe, you old peckerhead. I'm like, oh my God. And Joe would say, hey, how you doing there, Ray? He goes, I'm doing all right, you old peckerhead. You doing okay? He goes, well, I'm getting along. And I'm thinking, well, is peckerhead a term of endearment? I don't know that I'd ever want to call somebody a peckerhead. But he'd get away with it. And he would always, whenever we did something wrong, like he didn't like it, he'd go, oh, oh. He would never say just stop. He was like, oh. And my grandmother, bless her, all right, I'll tell you a story about them. Grandmother was the sweetest lady you ever meet in your life, but crazy as a loon. She would love to sing. They had an organ in their house, and she loved to play hymns. And she played those hymns at volume 13 on that organ. I mean, and sing like she thought the whole neighborhood was deaf. And I think at some point even the good Lord went, ma'am, I got it. You know the words. That's awesome. Well, they lived in a little town where Gail and I went to college at. So every Sunday, I'd go over to their house for Sunday brunch. You know, have ham and vegetables or fish and vegetables and cake and whatever. But every time I'd walk in that house, it'd be the same scenario. There'd be my granddad sitting in his favorite chair with the newspaper up. And my grandmother would be walking around the house just talking to nobody. Talking to plants, talking to chairs, talking to birds outside, just talking. And I'd walk in, and I'd say, hey, Grandma, how you doing? She goes, well, I guess I'm doing all right. I went down to the beauty parlor to get a haircut there, and guess who I saw? I saw Betsy. And Betsy was getting herself a bouffant hairdo. Now, Bill, why would that woman get a bouffant hairdo? She's got a fat face. You'd think a woman with a fat face wants that hair hanging down in front of her face and everybody sees those fat jowls of hers. But no, good God Almighty, no. She pulls that hair all on top of her head like a big fat bun. Looked like a Christmas ham sitting on top of her head. And my granddad would just sit there and go, mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And they got a new car. She wanted a Chevy. They talked her into a Ford. She wanted a black Chevy, but she got a brown Ford. Now she got an ugly car with a fat face bouffant hairdo. I don't know what's wrong with that woman. My granddad would just go, mm-hmm. One day I looked over that paper. He was sound asleep. I thought, my God, he can do it in his sleep. And he was about a patient man. That woman did stuff that we still to this, like, y'all, she parked her car sideways in a one-car garage. And I want you to think about the physics of that. She parked her car sideways, like parallel parked in a one-car garage. Even the tow truck driver said, ma'am, I got no idea how you did this. Well, I guess I just did it. Well, as they got older, Grandma and Granddaddy kind of got homebound and couldn't get out much. So my dad put them on Meals on Wheels, which is a great organization, serves meals to senior citizens and the homebound and all that. Well, one day, their Meals on Wheels lunches was late. And my grandmother got so mad, she called 911 to complain. Would you not have loved to have been on the other side of that phone call? 911, what's your emergency? Well, we're about damn starved. Where's them sandwiches at? Ma'am, is there a dead body there? There's going to be 2 dead bodies. We don't get something to eat pretty damn soon. Well, my dad told me this story. Well, y'all, you can't hand a comedian a loaded gun like that, because it's going to go off. Well, my grandparents passed away about, 15 years ago. Well, about 10 years ago, I got up one Saturday morning. Now, they all live in one little town, Georgetown, Texas. A little town was big, it's bigger than when I was there now, but at the time, it was probably 4,000 or 5,000 people. Everybody knew everybody. So I called home one Saturday morning, and my mother answered the phone. She said, "Hello?" I said, "Ms. Engvall?" She said, "Yes." I said, "This is Sergeant Johnson with the Georgetown Police Department." She goes, "Oh my God, is everything all right?" And I said, "Oh, ma'am." I said, "Everything's fine." I didn't mean to alarm you. I said, "Listen, we're just clearing up the books for the end of the year, and we noticed that we had to send a fire truck and ambulance out to your mom-in-law's house because she called 911 about their Meals on Wheels lunches being late." My mother said, "Officer, you need to speak to my husband." I mean, y'all, she threw him right under the bus. There was no "we're sorry" or "we'll pay whatever." She said, "It's his mama, deal with him." So I said, "Well, is he home?" And she said, "Well, yes, officer, he is, but he's in the shower." I said, "Well, ma'am, if you could get him, that would be great." She said, "Well, all right." And she set the phone down. Well, you know when folks set the phone down, you can still hear the conversation going on in the house. And I hear my mother say, "Bill, it's the police. They want to talk to you about your mother." And I hear my father holler from the shower, "My mother's dead." And my sweet little mother, who never uttered a cuss word in her life that I knew of, I heard her say, "I know that, just get on the damn phone." Well, now, I'm about to wet myself, because I have a visual of my father dripping wet, holding a towel, mumbling as he walks across the house, going, "Why the damn police called my house on Saturday morning about my mother's been dead 15 years. But buddy, he got on that phone, and he was nice as pie. He said, "Hello?" I said, "Mr. Engvall?" He said, "Yes, sir." I said, "Well, it's Sergeant Johnson with the Georgetown Police Department." He said, "Well, how are you today, officer?" And I said, "Well, I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking." He said, "What can I do for you this day?" I said, "Listen, we're just clearing out our books for the end of the year. And we noticed that we had to send some fire trucks and ambulance out to your mother's house because she called 911 about her Meals on Wheels lunches being late." My father goes, "Officer, that woman was crazy as a loon." I'm thinking, oh my God, this is mom he's talking about. I said, "That's all fine and dandy." I said, "But that's not really our department." I said, "Listen, we just got the issue of a little bit of a fine. Then we'll get out of your hair and let you enjoy the weekend." He said, "Well, what can I do for you?" I said, "Well, we got a little bit of a fine that you need to pay." And he said, "Well, what's the fine for?" I said, "Well, we had to send a fire truck and ambulance out there. We thought something was really wrong." Sorry about the camera work there, gang. Okay, well, I think I got enough power. Let me just do this. I'm going to take that damn battery thing off. Just that. There we go. So, I'm glad some of y'all like this story. This is for those who hadn't heard it. So he said, "Well, what's the fine for?" And I said, "Well, sir, we sent a fire truck and an ambulance out there because we thought something was really wrong." He said, "Oh, God, yeah." He goes, "I get it." He goes, "How much is the fine?" I said, "Well, sir, that depends." He said, What's it depend on?" I said, "Well, do you remember what they had for lunch that day?" And there was a pause. And I thought he was going to say, "Bill, I know this. You stop messing around." He goes, "I'm sorry, what is this now?" I said, "Well, there's a fine." I said, "And whatever they had for lunch that day will determine on how big or little the fine is." My dad said, I don't believe I've ever heard of that before." I said, "Well, it's something new we're trying." So he said, "Well, how does it work?" I said, "Well, that's a good question." I said, "Let's say they had a bowl of soup for lunch. Well, that fine's only like $5. But if they had like a meatloaf sandwich," sir, have you ever done this? Your wife cooks you meatloaf on a Monday night, and then Tuesday you cut yourself a cold slab of that meatloaf with some mustard, mayonnaise, lettuce, pickles, onions. He goes, "Oh, I love them sandwiches." I said, "Well, that's going to be a little more money. Can you understand that?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense." And I'm thinking, really? It really makes sense to you? So I said, "So if you can just remember what they had for lunch that day, we'll get this whole mess cleared up and you can go on with your Saturday." He said, "Boy, I tell you what, officer." He said, I don't know. I can't remember what the folks had for lunch that day." I said, "Well, maybe your wife knows." He goes, "Good idea." And he turns to my mother and says, "Hey, Mayor, what was the folks having for lunch that day when the fire trucks and ambulances all showed up at the house?" And my mother goes, "I don't know. That was like 10 years ago." He said, "Officer," he said, "we can't remember what the folks had for lunch that day. That was just too far back." I said, "Boy," I said, "we really want to get this cleared up." I said, "Just think really hard. I mean, was it a salad? Because if it was a salad, hell, that's only like $15. But if they had like a turkey sandwich, sir, have you ever done this? Your wife cooks Thanksgiving dinner. Nice, big, brown, plump turkey. Well, then that next day you cut some of that turkey with some of that stuffing and cornbread sauce into a sandwich." He goes, "Woo, that's my favorite sandwich of all." I said, "Well, that's going to be a hell of a lot more money." He goes, "I bet it is." And now I know I got him. So I said, "So just think really hard. Remember what they had for lunch. We'll get this whole mess cleared up and you can go on with your weekend." He said, "Well, I tell you what, officer." He said, "There's no way I can remember we can't remember what the folks had for lunch that day. That was just too far back." He said, "Let me do this. Why don't I pay the larger the fines and that'll cover everything?" I said, "Boy, I wish we had more people like you in this world, sir." I said, "But you can see how that would screw up our books, right?" He goes, "Oh yeah, I guess it would, wouldn't it?" I finally said, "Dad, it's me." And he literally went, "Go to hell," and hung up on me. So I know some of y'all heard that, but that's one of my favorite stories of all. They were good people, those grandparents of mine. And I was just lucky that my daddy didn't get back at me before he passed on. Because I'm sure I bet he was thinking, what could he do to get back at me? So maybe we can do that every once in a while. Maybe I'll tell you a story about something like that. Maybe give you a little smile or something, a little bit of laughter. Let's see who we got going on here. I love when you tell that story. It is one of my favorite ones. Trying to think. I probably need to go back to my old comedy albums, find some stuff y'all haven't heard in a long time. That'd almost be like it was new. What time is the service on Sunday? 9:30 Pacific Coast time. And listen, some of you all have sent me whatever these things are, messages or texts or whatever, that you got your own church. I totally get that. Totally understand that. So if you can't make it, that's cool. Totally understand. What we may do is try to do them and then put them on my YouTube page so that you can go and see what we talked about. But just another reminder, don't expect a lot of jokes. This is more of a spiritual kind of thing, which I think we all kind of need right now. Now I'll tell you something else I learned a long time ago when I got married. I used to do this bit a long time ago. That if you don't, fellas, you need to listen up. If you don't have details, do not talk to a woman. Because women are detailed oriented. Give you an example. One day, I come home from the gym, and my buddy was there with me working out. And he told me he was getting a divorce. So I go home, and I told Gail, I said, "Oh my God, Jimmy's getting a divorce." And Gail's like, "Well, what happened?" I go, "I don't know." She goes, "Well, was he cheating on her? Did she cheat on him? What about the kids? What are they going to do about the house?" I go, "Baby, I don't know." She goes, "Well, how could someone tell you something like that and you not ask any questions?" I said, "Because he didn't ask me a question. He said, 'I'm getting a divorce,' which to me is a statement. That means he's got it all under control. He didn't say, 'What do you think about me getting a divorce?' He just said, 'I'm getting a divorce,' and I said, 'Oh, that sucks. Can you spot me?' That's the difference between men and women right there. I'll tell you something funny about it. I think it's funny. So, a lot of y'all know I'm back in college now. And it's been hard. It's been hard because here's the thing. I graduated high school with no math at all. No math. Where I went to school, 7, 8, 9 was junior high. In the 9th grade, we had algebra. Well, high school was 10, 11, 12. And starting in 10th grade, we had geometry. And I hated geometry. Could not stand it. Because we had to do those things called proofs. Do you remember those? Where you had to show your answer, then you had to show how you got your answer. Well, I didn't think that mattered. I got the answer. Give me the credit. I mean, if you're fixing my toilet, I don't care what steps you take it to fix it. Just get it flushing again. Well, apparently they wanted more than that. So instead of asking me what the problem was, and I said, I don't like geometry, I don't understand it. The great state of Texas Board of Education decided I had a learning disability. So they put me in a remedial math class. Y'all, this was my senior year schedule. Typing, home ec, lunch, auto shop, remedial math. And remedial math was just me sitting in a room with 6 other idiots with headphones on and listen to a pre-recorded voice go, 2 times 3 is, well, that'd be 6. You are smart. That's how I graduated high school. So then when I got in college again, I had to retake math because I didn't have any math. But when you go to college math, they assume that you've had algebra 1 and 2, geometry, physics, trigonometry, calculus. I didn't even know what half those words were. So I get into this college math class and they want me to do logarithms and learn how to do Excel. And I even showed it to Gail. I said, look at this. She goes, what kind of class is this? I said, this is a hard class. So finally, and here's my problem with math today. And I talked about this the other day. It doesn't make sense. Half the stuff they're asking me to do is never going to affect my daily life. And I just realized, I probably told you all this story just the other day. Whew. See what exercise does to you? I'm glad somebody else had a hard time with math. I don't care what an astronaut weighs on the planet Mars. Doesn't matter one bit of doohickey in my day. Oh, here's Sean. Sean says math was his favorite subject. God bless you, because it was not mine. It was my favorite subject because I could sleep through it because I didn't understand it. But buddy, I was not a good math class. Yeah, I loved auto shop. Yeah, I've said when they got rid of auto shop, metal shop, wood shop, I used to love those classes. It taught you something. Of course, back then you could work on your car. Now, good Lord Almighty, you have to have a computer degree just to get it through it. I was okay until they put the alphabet in it. There you go. I remember my professor sent me an email. He said, can you solve for X? I said, maybe. If you could solve for Y. As in, why do I need to know this mess? I hate being Korean. When I failed math, so did 6 people who sat there. Okay, that's pretty dang funny right there. That was the best one of the day right there. I made bakery items and algebra teacher passed me. Hate math. Yeah, see, I don't know many people. There's a few people who love it. Gail loves it. Gail's math. She's good at it. It's a little warm down here in the Valley of the Sun today. Well, Billy's sweating a little more than he did before. Yeah. But we're all doing this together, and that's kind of, you know what? Thank God I was listening to my buddy Don Lemon last night, and he said, we just need to get together. And I said, brother, you could not have preached a more proficient statement. We all need to come together, help each other out. I'm impressed you're still talking while walking. Well, somebody's impressed I'm still walking while talking. Well, it ain't easy as it looks. I'll tell you that. All right. I'm visual and hands-on learner. Yeah, that's me too. I have to watch it. I can imitate the heck out of things. But if you just ask me to do it on my own, it's a mess. That's like Gail. God bless her heart. She'll sit there at that checkbook and balance it till it's down to the penny. If she can't find one penny, she will sit there for hours till she finds that mistake. I'm kind of like that old joke. Hell, I still got checks. I better have money. Well, I tell you what, she's a peach. Not sure what she sees in me, but thank God she sees something, because I don't know. it would be best advice for the 25th year of marriage. Brother or ma'am, Carrie, keep on doing what you're doing. If you've made it 25 years, you've got it licked. You know, I've never understood people who've married 40, 50 years and then get divorced. Why? Why buy the milk if you're getting, why buy the cow if you're getting, you know, it's just like Gail and I have been married 36 years. Obviously it ain't broke, so why try to fix it? You know, I think you got to tweak it a little bit, you know, every once in a while. You know, Gail would like for us to be a little more have a little more spontaneity when it comes to intimate relations. Well, that sounds all fine and good, but I'm 63 years old. I don't know when the B12 shot's going to kick in. It is kind of ironic that when we were first married, she was on the pill, and now at 63, I'm on the pill, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I said, maybe we could do a little role playing in our bedroom activities. Why don't you play a hot, smoking, horny nurse, and I'll be the 63-year-old guy watching Sean Hannity. Hey, Gary Brightwell's watching. My old buddy Gary Brightwell. We did a show there called Off the Cuff. Some of y'all remember. Some of y'all listen to that. We had a good time doing that. Gary's a good man. The 2 weeks, Gail Tracy will be 46 years old. Well, you just a little spring chicken. But happy birthday to you in 2 weeks. I've been married for 9 years. She's going to have to kill me. I ain't getting... Yeah. Sometimes I think men have a little harder time adjusting than the women do. Me and my fiance are getting married in September. So happy for advice. Boy, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll give you some advice. Give each other room to grow. Don't assume that don't assume that the other person knows what you're thinking. Don't ever go a day without saying I love you. And always kiss goodnight. If you can, try not to go to bed mad at each other. It's not worth it. Because then it just sits in you and stews and brews and turns it. It comes out somewhere down the road you didn't even think. But just remember that. Always have each other's back. You're a team now. So just, I swear to you, I still think the most important ones are saying I love you every day and giving them a kiss every day. Because those two things say more than anything else in the world. And do little things. You know, don't always wait for birthdays or anniversaries or stuff like that to do something. Send them flowers, men and women. Men like getting flowers. Just do something that says I appreciate you. That'd be the advice I give you right there. Hey, sorry for coming in late. Oh, well, we're going to be having to give you a tardy slip. Probably going to stay after class for a little bit. He was working his garden, though. I think we'll give him a break. Thank you, Linda Green. I'm glad you liked the advice I gave. Back together with my husband, loving every minute after 30 years. See there? You hit that 25, 30-year mark. You got it. You got it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Married for 10 years this year. Always like hearing your advice. Well, I think listen, I'm no marriage counselor, but I've got some experience in this field. I think what happens when people get in trouble is when they start taking each other for granted. And that's not a good thing to do. And I don't mean just splitting up. What if, and here's another good one. Careful what you say. Because you don't know that may not be the last thing you say to them. And you don't want to go through the rest of your life wishing you'd said something wishing you hadn't said something that you did. I know it's hard. Sometimes Gail and I get mad at each other. And my friend just texted me and said, oh, you're full of BS. He can think what he wants. He's just married and I am. Speaking of Last Man Standing, I think the next episode, I think I got this right, it's going to air on the 14th of April, I think. And I'm trying to remember what that one was about. I know what it was. Tim and I bowl against each other. We have a church team, we have the outdoor man team. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny. We're a year ahead of you. Look at this. See these people. So he knows I ain't full of BS. He probably done everything that I did. I just said, I like this. Yeah, I've been with my wife 18 years, still going strong. There you go. You know, enjoy it. That's the thing. The problem is, I think we all live in this throwaway generation now. Phone breaks down, get a new one. Car breaks down, get a new one. Marriage breaks down, get a new one. Nobody wants to work anymore. Nobody wants to fix stuff. That's not me. I don't want to ever lose that lady in there. I mean, if it came down to me quitting this business or keeping her, well, it's been nice knowing y'all. Although she never asked me to do that, but somebody said they was in Gatlinburg. It looked like a ghost town. I bet it does look like a ghost town. I've been married for 30 years. I always say it's because we are actually each other. I'll tell you what, Brad. My buddy Steve Bristol. All my friends are texting me now. But you know what's funny? They're texting me while they're watching me on this treadmill. And you're right, Steve. I'm either going to get skinny or get dead because of this damn treadmill. I'll tell you that right now. Whew. That's what's that. Boy, when I was young, I was on the swim team. I was on the high school swim team, but I was a rail. There was not an ounce of fat on me. Then I went to college. Discovered women and beer, and look what you did to me. Became a fat old man. So now, I've got to try to get, I'm not going to try to look like I did when I was 20. That'd be silly. But wouldn't mind dropping a pant size. You know what I saw in Costco the other day? Jeans that had an elastic band on them. And I would be lying if I didn't tell you I looked at those and thought, now that's not a bad idea right there. Did I buy a pair? Yep. And you know what? They're awesome. Awesomely comfortable. So there you go. Bill Engvall has a pair of jeans that has elastic in the back. I can live with it. I love you guys too. That's my buddy. They're down there in Texas. They have been married for 11 years. And yeah, my husband and I will celebrate 36 years of marriage. Good for you. See, that's awesome. You guys are great. It's so nice. I'll tell you what. When I come home from the road, greatest feeling in the world is when I get into that bed and there's my little baby girl right there. And that's just the best. I don't like when we're apart. You know, last night she said, you know, we were lying in bed and she goes, well, baby's going home tomorrow. I said, I know. She goes, better get ready. It's going to be me and you. And I said, you know what? I can live with that. I can live with that girl. Got to run. Pups need to go out. All right, you'll be safe now. Yeah, we're coming up on 3 miles. Been married for 40 years. There you go. Good one for you. 30 years. Been married 38. See, a lot of people forget. If you've been with your spouse even before you got married, I think you can count that. I think that's fair to count. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Prayed for your daughter for safe travel. Oh, yeah, she made it home okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I feel bad for her. She got to get her shots tonight. And I know she ain't looking forward to that. I can't help but think that just 10 years ago I had so much energy, but after having my daughter at age 30, I swear I'll... Yeah. Brad and I are really so proud of you and Gail. Well, thank you, Dawn. I'm proud of you guys too. I'm always happy when I see my friends still in long relationships. It's a good thing to. You're always learning, that's for sure. You're always learning. That's when you get in trouble. When you think you know everything you're supposed to know, and you don't. Let's see here. Air high five, man. Boom. Got it. Been married for 14 years and would not know what to do without him. Nope. I wouldn't either, my brother. Now, you people have married, let's say 30 years and up. Have you done this yet? Have you ever started a sentence and your wife or husband finishes it That is freaky. That, or when I'm thinking something and she'll say it out loud. Ooh. It's like that old Clint Black song. I don't know where you end and where I start. And that's a good way to be. Talked to my buddy Clint just the other night. He and Lisa and their daughter Lily are doing just great. They're hunkered down just like everybody else. Talked to Craig Morgan. He and his family doing good. I was reaching out to all my country music buddies. Neil McCoy and his family doing good, in case anybody's wondered. So everybody's just getting along. And you talking the time to talk with listen, this ain't nothing. I love this. I love chatting with y'all. It's good for us. It's good for our souls. Because to keep us going. Did you get rescheduled for Oroville? You know what? As of right now, I think it has not been rescheduled. But I'm positive that all these places had to cancel the dates will reschedule them. Because they want y'all in there as much as I want you in there. Yes, and we aren't even married yet. And he's my best friend. There you go. I'm going to tell you something. If your spouse ain't your best friend, something's wrong. Because those are the people you can tell whatever you... Sometimes I have to ask Gail. I say, are you talking to me as a husband? Are you talking to me as my wife? Or my best friend? And sometimes she says, I'm telling you this as your best friend. And that's sometimes those are the ones that are hard to take. But you know what? They're always looking out for your best interest. You know, I know Gail's told me, she goes, there's jokes I haven't done because Gail say, I don't think you ought to be doing that. And you know what? I heed her advice. She hasn't let me down yet. How far have you walked in these 45 minutes? 2.76 miles. I'm going 3.5 miles an hour. And the thing that's really irritating me is this dumb thing says I've only burned 280 calories. That's a hand of milk chocolate covered almonds right now. I thought it was sure to be a lot more than this. I look forward to watching the Treadmill. Hey. Oh, okay, good. I'm glad to hear that, Jonathan. Yeah, I love these Treadmill talks too, y'all. It's weird, isn't it? It's like we're all buddies from junior high or high school or something, which is kind of cool. Craig Morgan is amazing. I tell you what, if you get a chance, any of those fellas I just named. Oh, and guess who I talked to the other day? My old friend Jody Messina. Boy, she is a peach. That girl can sing too. I'll tell you that right now. She's fun and she's funny. We did a couple shows together a while back. One of these days, maybe I'll get to meet my favorite, Allison Krauss. Boy, she could sing a grocery list and I'd be happy. Just enough for a Snickers bar. That's it. See, now you're thinking like I'm thinking. I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to get probably about 300 calories. That'll all be gone in one Snickers bar. But you know what? At my age, I ain't worried about wearing a Speedo. No, I got jeans with elastic in the back. Got a swimsuit with got elastic in it. And there's only one person in this world I need to impress anymore. And she's in that house right there. And so far she hasn't said, hey, Tubby, go lose some weight. But it is funny because we will listen to your words of wisdom on Sunday. Oh, great, Don. That's awesome. Yeah, all right, so listen, we're coming to the end here. Don't forget, Sunday morning, 9:30 Pacific time, that'd be 12:30 East Coast, 11:30 Central, 10:30 Mountain. Just a little short 10-minute inspiration. And I hope you love it. And just like I said, I want to warn you, it's not going to be something you do in a stand-up routine. So I don't want you to be disappointed. But I think it's something we could all need to hear. Just a little voice that says, you know what, we're going to be okay. We're going to get through this. It's going to be hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's going to be hard, and there may be a little bit harder times ahead. You know, just pray for the folks that they get their jobs back. Pray for those that have lost a loved one or have somebody in a hospital or a resting home. Pray for the frontline workers, the nurses, doctors, all the volunteers that are trying to help out. Just put them all in your prayers. And Sunday, we'll thank them again. Well, my friends, as much as I hate to say it, we're coming to the end of the walk. And this is Wednesday. I'll probably be on here again Friday. I'm not doing this every day. No. But Friday, and maybe I'll try to find some old comedy routines that I did. Maybe we'll have a few laughs that way. But other than that, Sunday morning, 9:30 Pacific, Bill Engvall's 10-minute-ish. I say 10-minute-ish because it might be 10 minutes, it might be 9 minutes, it might be 11 minutes, I don't know. But it ain't going to be forever. I'm not going to bore you to death. But I got my buddy Jerry on board with this, and he's going to come on and he's going to come on every once in a while and give his words of wisdom. He's just a good fella. I think y'all will like him a lot. So, all right, gang. I'm in the last 10th of a mile. So listen, take care of yourselves. Follow directions. Stay inside. Take this stuff seriously, because I sure don't want to hear about losing any of y'all. All right, y'all take care. I'll see you Friday.